Hello there. Today I want to show you guys another custom lightsaber that I've made. You'll notice this one is a bit longer in the hilt, but that is to create a fairly perfect balance right in the middle, right where I grab the saber, so that it's got equal weight on the blade end and on the pommel end. So I just wanted to kind of show this off and look at it piece by piece. So there's a couple of pieces I want to kind of take apart and show you. And this is the first lightsaber that I've gotten that has this flat charging port. I don't know the technical term for it. It's like probably USB-C or something like that. All my other lightsabers just have a round one, so it was kind of interesting to get that. But let's take a look at this piece by piece. So I've actually taken the pommel off because that's the piece. There's quite a bit of weight to this, and I wanted to show you kind of how I did that. But first I wanted to kind of show the main portion of the lightsaber, which is just, from here to here. This is actually all one piece. I got this from Vire Sabers. I was going to do a review of it, but they stopped selling it because LGT stopped producing it. But it was basically a small version. I mean, you can see just the size of my hand. This is a very thin lightsaber. So from the top all the way down to the pommel was just one solid piece. So these can't, you can't take apart the switch section or anything like that. I've wrapped this bottom part in a bit of a grip here, and then I actually, one of the reasons I think they stopped producing these is because these were not compatible with other LGT sabers. So this piece here, I've modified. I actually got a bit of 3,000 square resin epoxy. It's like a really, really tough glue, 3,000 pounds per square inch. So this is not coming off. So this is an LGT coupler, and you can kind of see the difference in the, if I can get it to focus on it, but you can actually see the difference in the diameter. There's a bit of a lip here. And of course these are rubber rings that I put on, gold tape, all that extra decoration that I always throw in on some of my sabers. But I did that because I wanted to add this pommel, so we'll take a look at that. So this pommel is actually made up of a couple of different pieces. This is actually just kind of a standard oval pommel. I drilled some holes for sound. This is actually a CoverTech wheel at the bottom. I just kind of glued that on for some extra gubbins. Again, I use that same kind of resin, so this will not come off. And then drilled a hole there for sound. This is actually just a VHC band that I drilled holes in and then glued in these little, not spikes, they're a bit more rounded, but I just got these from a hardware store. This is the only one that can actually screw in and out. The others are actually glued in. But it gives a good bit of weight to the bottom, so that helps for the balance. I also had to put one of these little double male couplers just so it could go on the end. And then the top part, which you may have noticed, so because I have this on, you may have noticed that it had that verbalization a moment ago. That's actually the gesture control, so when you twist this, the core switches to the different sound fonts. I didn't intend to do that, but this top part, as you see, actually I normally have it flush down here so that it looks like it's one solid hilt. But this piece is actually a separate, it's just a sleeve. It's very, very thin. I wrapped it with electrical tape to make it look like it's a grip, but when that's apart, the lightsaber is very, very plain. But I like this for two reasons. One, because again, the balance of the saber is about right where I have this. It gives a better emitter, since this is not VHC LGT compatible. The hilt is anyway. You can't really put any other emitter on the top. You can actually see the retention screws right there on both sides. So instead, I created this. So there's another VHC band there that just kind of slides on the top, like so. You just snug that in place. I actually have an O-ring here on the saber to kind of block out the light, make sure that that stays. And then when I have it in there, then I actually tighten the screw. That holds this to the blade, and then I can put whatever emitter I want. And I do have a timing shim on that because I wanted it to line up. I almost lost that a moment ago. But you just get that attached here. And even though I have this screw here that holds this to the blade, I also have a couple of these just to not only aesthetically match the bottoms, but also to give it just a little bit more hold, because I do really spin this. And it being balanced like that and very thin with that very weighted end makes it spin very easily. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at another one of my custom sabers. And as always, may the Force be with you.